Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. From now through May 6th, if you use that promo code, you will automatically be entered into a drawing to win a War of the Spark booster box. See the description below for details. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. We have a lot to talk about today. We got through the first week of War of the Spark previews, and they have really put the market into upheaval. A lot of cards are spiking, cards we've never talked about on these episodes before. A lot to dig into across all formats. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to begin with the top 5 standard legal cards that have lost value this week. Coming in at number 5, History of Benalia, down 97 cents to $7.46. Not too surprising considering the United Assault Challenger deck is coming out on April 12th and it's going to have 2 copies in it. People are just bracing for the extra copies to enter the marketplace at this point. This is going to lose some more value. It's a good card though, still sees play in Azorius aggro, Mono White aggro, Selesnya tokens, and other decks too. Number 4 is Carnage Tyrant, down $1.11 to $16.16. This is a card that has been losing value for a while, and you're very familiar with that if you watch the Market Watch every week. However, this is probably going to start slowing down when it comes to its descent pretty soon. I feel like it's getting to the point where it feels like more of a fair price for this card. It will come down a little more. Right now it does see play in Sultai mid-range decks, not all the time, but many times. In recent weeks I've noticed most decks are going to run 2 copies, some combination of those 2 copies between the main and the sideboard typically. Also in Modern you'll find one of these in sideboards of decks like Titan Shift, for example. So it does see play, but again, not at the levels to keep the card at a $20-$25 price point. Number 3, Hydroid Krasis goes down $1.18 to $25.81, mostly because there's a lot of copies out there right now. A lot of packs of Ravnica Allegiance have been opened and are still being opened, but this is still a very solid card. You're going to find this in Sultai midrange. Temur Reclamation, some of the variants of that deck run it. Some will run it out of the main, some out of the side, and of course other variations don't run it at all, but it is still seeing a fair amount of play in Standard to maintain this type of price point. Also, we have to see what happens with this card in Modern. Recently, it has seen more Modern play. There's a Temur Tooth and Nail deck that's running this. Also, there's a mono green mid-range deck that's starting to splash a little blue to accommodate this. If this starts to play a larger role in Modern, you might want to keep an eye on this card. It might stop its descent real quick. Number 2 is Vivian Reed, down $1.20 to $21.42. More or less, I think she's also trying to reach a fair price point based on the play that she sees. Also, everybody's kind of bracing right now to see what's going to happen with War of the Spark entering the format. Not a lot of people want to run out there and buy $20, $25 standard cards until they know what's going to happen in the next meta. So big ticket cards are getting soft right now. She's one of them. Of course, she still sees play in the Sultai midrange decks, usually 3 of, sometimes even 4 copies in the main. Number 1 is Rekindling Phoenix, down $1.48 to $16.17. Another card that has been a big ticket card, and you know, people are already thinking about rotation. If there's a good deck out there playing Rekindling Phoenix and I don't own copies of it, but there's also a good deck out there not playing it, I might gravitate towards that good deck that's not playing it because that deck might have more longevity in the standard format. So this decline isn't all Phoenix's fault. It's still seeing a lot of play, still doing very well, but also there is going to be a copy in one of the Challenger decks. The Lightning aggro deck is going to have a copy in it, and again, that comes out April 12th. People are just starting to brace for that. Okay, let's move on to the top 5 standard legal cards that have gained value this week. Number 5 is Death Baron from Magic 2019, up 88 cents to $3.26. Okay, so you can probably guess why this is going up. War of the Spark has a strong zombie theme with the Eternals invading Ravnica, so Death Baron might see some standard play in the future, and casual players have always loved this card. Number 4, Kaya, Orzhov Usurper, up $1.64 to $11.77. She continues to go up, mostly because she was underestimated when she was originally released. Now she consistently sees play in Esper Control and Standard, usually a copy in the main, a copy in the side, but she's also seeing Modern play in a number of decks, including Eldrazi Taxes, Abzan, Lantern Control, and more. Number 3, Mox Amber, up $1.82 to $19.05. At some point, someone will most likely figure out how to best utilize this card. Will it happen when War of the Spark comes out? Well, maybe. That's the speculation, at least. War of the Spark is bringing us a lot of new legendary planeswalkers and also a lot of new legendary creatures. If you get some good ones that are cheap enough, this card could get a whole lot better, could see play in Standard, maybe even Modern or other places too. So it does continue to tick up this week, back up to close to $20. although right now this is purely speculative. Number 2 is Liliana Untouched by Death, up 423 to 1225. Again, it's all about zombies, especially standard legal cards that are going to play well with zombies like this one. They're heating up right now. Number 1, Smothering Tithe. This goes up 459 to 944. This is a newer card. A lot of copies are out there and packs are still being opened. So why is this going up this much? Well, this has become a key commander card in any deck running white. Pretty much if you have white in your commander deck, there's a good chance you're playing this card nowadays. Also, last week on the Command Zone podcast, they discussed this card. It was also featured on the Game Nights episode the week before and looked great there. So with that extra attention, it spikes this week. Okay, let's move on to Modern with the top 5 Modern legal cards that have lost value this week. Number 5, Nether Trader, goes down 325 to 1990. A couple things got this card to spike, and now you're seeing a lot of retraction. First off, we got a Modern Horizons preview card, Cabal Therapist, which actually works really well with this card. That brought some attention to it. Also, Teysa Karlov Commander decks are using this right now because it combos with Teysa Orzhov Scion and Phyrexian Altar. So you have crossover appeal, speculation that this could be a Modern card in the future, combined with the folks that want it for Commander. That's why it got so hot, but now as people saw that spike occur and they started digging through their binders and their boxes to find their copies of this card to put out in the marketplace, it has settled down quite a bit recently. Number 4 is Surgical Extraction from Modern Masters 2015, down $3.40 to $60.22. Same story here, this card has been spiking very aggressively recently. It's a great sideboard card in Modern and Legacy against Dredge or Phoenix decks that feel like they're kind of everywhere right now. This has a down week, but keep an eye on this card long term. If it doesn't get a reprint soon, it will be going up again. Number 3, Misty Rainforest from Zendikar, goes down 360 to 71.40. The fetch lands have been incredibly hot. They were spiking aggressively, especially this one in Scalding Tarn. And because of that, we are getting a normalization week now. Much like the card we just talked about, if these fetch lands don't start seeing reprints sometime this year or early next year, look out, they will continue to move, but we do have a little stabilization occurring this week at least. Number 2 is Noble Hierarch from Conflux, down 401 to 52.10. This was recently reprinted in Ultimate Masters as a rare. That did cool the card off a little bit. Also, there is a shifting meta right now in Modern as a lot more people are focused on new shiny decks like Dredge and Phoenix. Some people are forgetting about Noble Hierarch right now. Number 1, Scalding Tarn, down 427 to 99.37, and this is the one from Zendikar. Moving back down again, normalizing for all the same reasons that Misty Rainforest did. Alright, we're going to do it again. Top 10 Modern legal cards that have gained value this week. Remember when we used to just do top 5 cards gaining value in Modern? It feels like that was months and months ago. Oh yeah, because it was. Okay, number 10. Sliver Legion, up 410 to 71.99, and slivers have just been hot. All these Sliver Lords continue to go up in value. Number 9, Send Triplets, up $4.53 to $35. Another very hot commander card. You can see that a lot of the cards moving that are Modern legal are not necessarily just moving because of Modern. Some are, you'll see in a few moments. But so many are moving because Commander has become such a popular format. Number 8 is Vesuva, up $5.42 to $31. And this is part of the Amulet Titan build, which is why it's going up a little bit. But also a very popular Commander card here, so you do have some crossover appeal. Number 7, Contagion Engine, up $7.52 to $19.25. Well, something we learned this week about War of the Spark was that Proliferate was coming back as a mechanic. And to make sense, you got a lot of Planeswalkers. There are +1/+1 counter strategies still, especially within the Simic colors. So it's doing something a little bit different than it did in the Scars of Meriden block, where we were focused more on -1/-1 counters. But cards like this will cross over nicely. So mostly I think a lot of people are picking these up as speculations or picking them up to play Commander. But there might be some people trying to brew Modern too. Number 6, Leveler, up $7.77 to $8.55. What? Leveler? Where's this coming from? Okay. Now, there was a card that was not officially previewed. It was a leak, so I don't want to go into too much detail on this card in case you're trying to avoid leaks. It's a Jace Planeswalker, and it plays really well into a self-mill strategy. So I'll just leave it at that. But there are more cards coming that are going up because of that leak as well. Number 5, Living End, goes up $8.19 to $34.98. I will tell you, the As Foretold Living End deck in Modern does appear to be doing pretty well. It's getting better. Electro Dominance has made a good impact on that deck. Because of that, this card is heating up this week. Also, there was a preview card that you might want to test in this deck as well, the Dreadhorde Arcanist we saw a few days ago, which could also allow you to play this for free under certain circumstances. Number 4, Dark Confidant. Ravnica City of Guilds goes up $4.30 to $79.99. Modern Masters 2015 goes up $8.62 to $83.46. We know Bob's been hot. He continues to go up this week. You'll find him in Modern and Golgari Midrange and Jund, among other places. Sees big play in Legacy too, 4-color Loam, Golgari Depths, and others. Number 3, Proteus Staff goes up $9.20 to $12.95. Proteus Staff? What? Okay. So, it is another card from War of the Spark, as you might have guessed. This time it's Fibblethip the Lost. I'm trying not to show you the cards right now because I know some people try to avoid previews and I don't want to mix them into this video until the cards are actually released. But if you have any questions about how these interact, just check out some of my preview videos that I did over the course of the week. Now this card's going to have some amazing interactions with Fibblethip, and at least for Commander, I think this is going to be popular for a while. We'll have to see if it translates anywhere else. Doubling Season is number 2. This is always a great Commander card, but people are excited about it again because of War of the Spark. We're getting a lot of cards that are going to interact in a very favorable way with this. Battle Bond goes up $7.04 to $60. Modern Masters up $9.93 to $60.19. Ravnica City of Guilds up $14.05 to $65.01. Number 1 is Mycosynth Lattice. Darksteel up $16.14 to $32.99. Battle Bond up $16.49 to $31.47. What is the deal with this one? Well, again, it has to do with a card that was not officially previewed but actually leaked. It is a Karn Planeswalker. There is going to be a pretty incredible combo between those two cards. I don't want to give anything away, again, if you're avoiding leaks especially. But yeah, a lot of people are picking this up, whether it's a speculation, for Commander purposes, or maybe a Modern Brew. This card had a huge week. Okay, let's move on to our Vintage Spotlight. This is where we look at cards that see play sometimes in Vintage, Legacy, 93, 94. Also cards that are important to collectors. First, we have Chrome Mox going up $4.70 to $41.40. This is the one from Eternal Masters. You'll find this right now in the very popular Mono Red Prison deck in Legacy, as well as other Legacy and Vintage builds. Sylvan Library. This is the one from 5th edition up $4.91 to $44.96. This did get a mention on the Command Zone podcast this week, but regardless of that, this card has just been hot, and I don't think it's really going to cool down. Great Legacy card, great Commander card. Next, we have Wasteland. These are going up. Tempest up $2.51 to $48. Eternal Masters up $5.63 to $44.99. This is another card that did get a mention on the Command Zone podcast this week, but of course, this is an incredible Legacy, Vintage, and Commander card too. Force of Will going up $14.70 to $131.62. This is the one from Eternal Masters. And again, 3 in a row. This card was also discussed on the Command Zone podcast this week. And I think a lot of people are at least speculating there's a chance that this could show up in Modern Horizons, which means it would become Modern legal. I think that's still a long shot. I don't think it would kill the Modern format, but I don't know if they're ready to take that leap. And even if they do, you have a very short window before these would be available in packs, and the value could go back down again. It's a weird speculation, but with that being said, this is still a really sought after card for Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. Third week in a row, Bad Moon from Unlimited makes it $19. It's going up to $98.99. Scrubland from Unlimited, now this is on the reserve list, but did get reprinted and revised. It goes up $44.53 to $335.47. Now the last 3 cards in this section are all Moxes from Unlimited. Of course, they're all on the reserve list, as you can imagine. This one's going up $358.90 to $2,824.39. Basically, the bump this week is due to high-grade copies on sale in the marketplace. Mox Jet up $648.70 to $3,304.53. Same story here for the most part, although there's at least one extremely high listing, which could be market manipulation, or they might be throwing a high price out trying to get an offer. Mox Pearl is the third one, high-grade copy out there on the marketplace this week. Looks like it's pack fresh. Up $1,025.04 to $3,025. Okay, it's time for our Commander Spotlight. Again, the Commander Spotlight is busting at the seams. I'm just going to go really quick. I won't go into all the gory details on each card. I'll just give you the major highlights. Norwood Priestess, up $1 to $36.99. Green cards have been very, very good recently in sets like Guilds of Ravnica and Ravnica Allegiance. It has led to more people playing green in Commander. This card ticks up a little bit. Cruel Tutor. Tutors are very hot, especially the ones in black right now. Up $1.06 to $39.99. Deploy the Gatewatch, up $1.09 to $3.99. Yeah, searching for Planeswalkers is in vogue right now, of course, with War of the Spark. It That Betrays, this time it is the one from the dual deck Zendikar versus Eldrazi, goes up $1.10 to $12.25. The other copy of this card has been hot for a couple weeks. There was a colorless commander deck that had this card in it that won game nights about a month ago now. It was also discussed on the Command Zone that pushed the original up a little bit. This one follows some this week. Fate Stitcher, this is a zombie wizard, which might be why some people are interested in this. Also plays well with Prime Speaker Vannifar, goes up $1.13 to $4.39. Staff of Domination, another good card with Prime Speaker Vannifar, goes up $1.20 to $38.99. Even before her, though, you could do some crazy stuff with this in Commander. Minamo School at Water's Edge goes up $1.22 to $26.46, another card that works well with Prime Speaker Vannifar. Also, this sees some play in some modern Merfolk decks nowadays. Leyline of Anticipation, up $1.24 to $21.40. This has been a popular commander card for a while now, especially in these blue decks that are trying to choke off your resources and make the most out of their own. Evacuation, this is the one from 7th edition, going up $1.28 to $4.99. This plays really well with Wilderness Reclamation, not only in Commander, but also there's a modern Simic Turbo Fog deck that runs both of these cards. Usually the Evacuation comes out of the sideboard, though. Mana Severance, up $1.29 to $8.95. Again, this is due to the leaked Jace. Brightsteel Colossus, up $1.34 to $70.99. You know, you gotta wonder if people are gonna think about some of these infect strategies now that Proliferate is kind of in the spotlight again. But when it comes to this card, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're going to probably win with Infect regardless once this is out on the battlefield. But this has also gotten hot recently because of the attention on the colorless commander decks. On top of all that, this also got a Command Zone podcast mention this week. Rhystic Study from Prophecy, very, very popular commander card for a long time, goes up $1.42 to $18.56. This was featured pretty prominently on the Command Zone podcast this week. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth from Ultimate Masters, goes up $1.47 to $29.42. Even though this card has seen legacy and modern play in the past, it has gotten popular again due to the colorless commander decks. Kaya Ghost Assassin goes up $1.52 to $17.93. And again, another card that's been popular recently, partially due to the Teysa Karlov commander decks. Cyclonic Rift goes up $1.52 to $23.70. This is the one from Modern Masters 2017. Another card that was featured in that Game Nights episode about a week ago, but this also does see modern play. Ghostly Prison, 3 copies here. Plane Chase Anthology goes up $1 to $7.99. Plane Chase 2012 goes up $1.20 to $6.12. Commander 2016 goes up $1.73 to $7.55. Here's another card that was featured in that Game Nights episode a little over a week ago, but this is also seeing a little modern play right now too in a Martyr of Sands Proclamation of Rebirth deck. It does feel like it's gaining a little momentum. We'll have to see if it goes anywhere. The Chain Veil, up $1.61 to $29.48. I'm still trying to figure out why this is going up right now. I'm just kidding with you, it's because of Planeswalkers. Deep Glow Skate, another card that's going up because of Planeswalkers, up $1.70 to $19.99. This is the one from Commander Anthology Volume 2 this week. Like I said, too, it's not just about Planeswalkers and War of the Spark. There are a lot of +1/+1 counters to play around with, too. This could be interesting in Commander or some casual builds with these new cards. Ghoul Caller Gisa goes up $1.80 to $20.73. Recently, sacrificing creatures has been all the rage in Commander with Teysa Karlov and Judith the Scourge Diva. On top of that, this card creates zombie tokens, so it ties in with the War of the Spark shenanigans as well. Gate 2 Phyrexia, this is from Antiquities, and it is on the reserve list, going up $1.81 to $38.78 this week. Again, another card that has seen more play in Commander recently due to these sacrifice strategies. Darksteel Forge, this has been going up again due to those colorless strategies that we have been seeing in Commander. Darksteel goes up $1.19 to $20.70. Plane Chase goes up $1.84 to $21.11 this week. Leviathan from the Dark, this is just going up $1.91 to $9.20. It's kind of an interesting card. I didn't know where else to put it, so I put it here. Doesn't necessarily see a ton of Commander play. Probably going up because it's from an older set. Sliver Queen, this is the original Sliver Lord, and this one's on the reserve list. It goes up $201 this week to $104.99. Academy Rector goes up $227 to $62.49. This is on the reserve list. Part of the reason it is going up is because it's getting harder and harder to find in good condition. But you know, the enchantment builds did get more popular last summer when the Commander 2018 Adaptive Enchantment deck came out. This card heated up then, and you still see a lot of Enchantment Matters cards show up on these episodes. Ramos Dragon Engine. You can only get this one in foil. It goes up 233 to 1649. If you want to play Dragon Tribal, or if you're just looking for a card that's easy to cast but still has all 5 color identity, then this is the one for you. This is a really sweet commander. Arena Rector, of course, going up because of War of the Spark and Planeswalkers, up 249 to 21.99 this week. Rise of the Dark Realms goes up 249 to 23.71. This has gotten hot recently due to, again, all these interactions with sending creatures to the graveyard right now in Commander, and you can bring them back with this card, which is kind of nice. Also, you get to take everybody's stuff, which is even better. Aside from that, a lot of people have been speculating for weeks that with War of the Spark coming and the Eternals, there could be some good interactions there as well. This card has been hot for a while now. Another tutor here, Vampiric Tutor from Eternal Masters, goes up 263 to 72.90. Trench Gorger goes up 275 to 403, and again, another card that wants to play with that new Jace coming. Marin of Clan Neltoth goes up 305 to 1873. This card has been hot for a number of weeks as well. We keep seeing it week after week. Again, it just kind of plays into some of the popular strategies right now in Commander. Avacyn, Angel of Hope, a classic Commander card. This is the one from Avacyn Restored. It goes up 305 to 3306. Knowledge Pool going up 314 to 389 this week. This plays really well with a card from Ravnica Allegiance, Lavinia Azorius Renegade. Sensei's Divining Top, 2 copies here. Champions of Kamigawa going up $1.21 to $27.69. Eternal Masters up $3.51 to $30.16. Now this card has been getting hot again due to the focus on some of these colorless Commander decks. It works well there. Also, it did get a mention on the Command Zone podcast this week too. And of course, this is a great vintage card. Time Spiral, classic card. It is on the reserve list though, going up $3.57 this week to $74.57. The original Nicol Bolas from Legends. Now, this is not on the reserve list, but with all the attention on this character with War of the Spark coming, this one creeps up a little bit, up $3.95 to $85.49. Demonic Consultation, another card that could play well with the new Jace that's coming. This goes up $4.05 to $4.99. Yet another card that is moving because of Jace. This is Thought Lash, going up $6.34 to $9.92, and yes, this is on the reserve list. Queen Marchesa jumps up $13.66 this week to $33.60. Great Commander card, and also sees a little legacy play. Currently, you'll find a copy of her in the sideboard of a lot of the 4-color Loam decks. Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, 2 copies here. Both of these are foil, actually. Commander Anthology Volume 2 goes up $13.64 to $50. Commander 2016 goes up $13.94 to $49.01. I hope you took my advice and grabbed a copy of this card a few weeks ago when I made the last video talking about cards that could be going up in value, because this one just got out of hand, and of course, obviously, Proliferate is the reason. Mana Crypt from Eternal Masters, this just does not stop, going up $22.77 to $228.79 this week. Again, though, this was a card that was shown in that Game Nights episode a little over a week ago and was discussed again on the Command Zone podcast. Time for a Pauper Spotlight. Just one card to talk about today, but it is the Black Lotus of Pauper. Oubliette ticks up a little bit this week. It has been cool. A lot of people think maybe we'll see a reprint in Modern Horizons. The Arabian Nights A version goes up 70 cents to $34.42. The Arabian Nights B version goes up $2.41 to $33.81. The B version is the one you see on the screen there that has the brighter casting cost. All right, with that being said, that is our market watch for this week. We will continue to follow all the preview cards for you over the next couple weeks, so stay tuned. Next week, we will be back with another market watch. But until then, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.